Sawubona, Creator Visionary. I am Tembe Buthelezi, Chief Visionary Officer at Future Gen Leaders and the founder of the Future Gen Leaders Foundation, and we are back. I want to talk about, in this segment, I want to talk about financial abuse. Okay, there are varying degrees of abuse. There is emotional abuse. That emotional abuse is the domain of narcissists and sociopaths, right? A sociopath is a person who doesn't feel anything. They can hurt you and they're like, why are you upset about it? Like when I was writing my book and I was talking to my dad about it, there's a chapter that I talked about in it. It is chapter 6, right? So when pain is a catalyst to be invincible. I was talking to my dad about this chapter while I was writing it, and my dad said, "So what that I beat you? So I mean, what's the problem with that? You need to be stronger. Didn't beating you make you a better person? Didn't beating you make you, all successful and go and work on Wall Street and trade the stock market? Which black girl from Soweto is trading the stock market in New York City who came out of Soweto?" I'm like, you're a fucking asshole. Like, honestly, I was like, this man is a fucking asshole. But my dad doesn't understand. Men on average do not understand emotions, number one. They don't. I now started understanding the mind of a man. Men don't understand emotions. The only emotion men understand is anger. As women, we have a wide variety of emotions. We feel sad, we cry. We feel happy, we hug our friends. We call our girlfriends and we want to talk about it all day long. We feel frustrated, we start complaining about it all day long. We call our girlfriends and we complain about it. Whatever we feel, we express. Men don't really have a wide variety of emotions. Men, the only emotion they understand, anger, frustration, punch. Anger, frustration, punch. You see? Men are not, sometimes I'm like, come on, seriously? We need to teach men how to express and feel a wider variety of emotions. So I was speaking to my dad while I was writing this chapter, and my dad was like, I don't understand what your problem is. I was like, okay, that's a sociopath. He has no comprehension of what other people feel. But a black man growing up during apartheid, you don't have time to feel as a black man growing up during apartheid. Because as soon as you stop and feel, you can get arrested. You can get killed. Your wife can get raped the stories my mother used to tell me about growing up in apartheid, I was like, damn. Damn. Okay, so I understand why probably black men don't feel, why black men they just can't get to the emotional space. White men, I talk to white men all the time. Most of my clients are white men, right? I talk to white men all the time. My white men clients they always tell me how they feel. I'm like, this is so interesting. White men feel? Yeah. No, black men don't feel. Black men were never given the privilege to feel. Because what time do you have as a black man to feel? Right? So, I don't know. But anyway. Okay, so I was talking to my dad about this idea of feeling, and talking to my dad about this idea of abuse. So let's circle back to that and why I was actually talking about that. Financial abuse is a real experience. Sometimes men can use financial abuse. And what is financial abuse? Let's kind of go back to successful woman, right? So you have a guy who's helped you in your career, and all of a sudden you start making more than him, you start becoming more famous than him, you start becoming more successful than him. His sense of self, because for men it's all about the penis, right? And if you look at Zulu men historically and you look at a black man historically, they are providers, they are protectors, they are the ones that go out hunting. So now all of a sudden, this man's identity, this man's sense of self, this man's sense of significance is being threatened. Totally threatened. So if a man has never been taught how to feel, he doesn't know how to express that threatening feeling within him. So he resorts to frustration and then anger and then punch. Do you see that? It's a loop. It's a total loop. It goes on and on. So what I've seen happen with men is that when they feel intimidated financially, they feel intimidated in their sense of self and their sense of significance, they will beat, they will cheat, they will kill, or they will get drunk. They just get drunk. They become drunken. Because if they can't beat anymore, because they know now they're going to go to jail, they'll just start drinking and they just become nothing. I don't know. My dad made my mother stop working. I had the black boyfriend that I was dating, the Zulu man, wanted me to stop working. I was like, hell to the no. So that's why the day he beat me was because he wanted me to really stop working so that he could control me financially. But I had seen that at home. I was like, no ways, no man is. I said, sweetheart, you haven't married me. You haven't paid lobola. My parents don't even know about you, okay? They don't know anything about you. You're not going to make me stop working. I love working, okay? So, yeah. So the way he wanted to control me was through financial abuse, right? So why am I sharing this and why am I telling you about financial abuse? If you're a woman and you don't know how to look after yourself, you're probably never going to leave an abusive relationship. You're probably never going to leave an abusive relationship. And if you're a man and you know that you are doing this, guess what? Your time's up. Women now know that this is what you're doing and this is a form of abuse and this is how men abuse women. Like, if you know somebody who's going through financial abuse, please make sure that you tell that person, listen, go get a job, okay? You need to get a job. Like, even if you have to work as a domestic worker, as a call center agent to get out of an abusive relationship, you need to help yourself. Help yourself. Because as soon as you can help yourself get out of an abusive relationship, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have self-esteem. And once you have self-esteem, you'll be able to stand on your own. Do not go from one man to another man to another man to another man to another man. You get out of this abusive relationship, now you're going to go into another man to go get into it. No, you do not want to do that. You just need to get a job. Here's what a job is going to give you. A job is going to give you a sense of purpose. It's going to give you a sense of self-security. It's going to allow you to be able to take care of your children, and you're going to be allowed. You're going to have some sense of strength for yourself. That's what I did. I never was willing to quit my job because once I quit my job, I knew that the man had me for life. Yes. Okay. So I hope that video helped.
Oh, before we sign off, I got so passionate about my topic on spiritual abuse. I've had enough of the spiritual abuse towards women. But I forgot to tell you in the process that I, for the month of Women's Month, am running a masterclass for all of the goddesses out there who have had enough of having their mind, their heart, their emotions manipulated by narcissistic, toxic people in authoritative positions of power. So if you are really wanting to heal, you're wanting to get your power back, you wanting to take control of your life, and you know that this is your time, your month, your life, your year, please make sure that you look in the description below and follow the link and register for the free masterclass for Women's Month. I think I'm going to be running this masterclass for a while because, it's time for us as women to wake up. We have the power. The force is feminine. So I'll see you at the masterclass. Bye for now.